Right.
Okay, what we are going to cover in FI and I will actually show you. In financial accounting, we cover GL, AR, AP, banks, fixed assets, and month and year end activities. Uh, First step will be to create GL accounts, but for GL accounts, we need chart of accounts. So I click this FS00 centrally, and this is how our chart of accounts will actually look like. And we have multiple accounts that we have made. For example, this company code is AA42. Expenses accounts are made over here with different account types under account groups. And it's pretty much very straightforward, but the configuration at back end is very important to understand. And we will learn how to fill up and these fields with their logics and what these fields actually mean for business process, and how a GL account master data plus its entries will actually affect and will be posted and influence in the system. Speaking of master data and entries, for entries, we will have document entry. And for that, we will use quite a lot of transaction codes. For example, we have this document, and this document will actually show you how uh, a document is posted. I will post a document in this transaction, and we will see how a posting is done, so we can actually understand the logic of SAP from the front end, first of all. And the company code will be Venice Group, and 30201. Debit 1010 is the amount. 10101. This will be credit star 1010 December. Okay, copy. These are fields that we will be managing, and how to populate this, we will understand this. Okay, 010, and how these fields are basically influencing our posts. Like, for example, cost center, I'll put in a cost center as well. Double A 42, double A 42. Now, I want to search cost center. I will do that. And we have a cost center, double A 42. And there are various other fields, and we will see what other fields are uh, that are needed for business process later on when we start our configuration. Okay. 30201 for double A42 needs a cost element category. Okay. Now, let me show you how a document actually looks. Document list, execute, enter. And these are so many documents that we have entered. For example, this one. And this is the same. This is the same GL account 101, petty cash, petty expense, and we are using profit centers as well. Cost centers were not entered. Okay, so this is how our document is posted. For example, we will also study what are the different types. KZ is like vendor payment. Vendor payment, for example, we have also configured um, withholding tax, and we'll also considered configuring how to calculate withholding tax. We will also see that it's pretty much straightforward. It's not complex. It's just you have to follow the logic and practice SAP. You have to practice SAP. And then we want to see how documents are uh, displayed that we have already seen. If you want to see park documents, for example, document list and execute, no items are in the parking. So there are various activities that we'll see in SAP and how a document is maintained, how an account assignment model or a document model is maintained. We'll also see that. Let me just document list. Pune. This is the next company code, no corresponding items. Okay. We don't have anything right now, but anyways. So in effect, this is how we create an account and pass on the entries, and then we will actually look at the reports, general ledger reports. For example, account balances, general GL account balances, and we will be using these transactions. For example, 8842, um, 8842, and execute. And we will see the account balances for various accounts, and we can also print these accounts in various formats. Okay. Uh, this is just an overview that you are getting right now. LP01. Continue. Okay. Okay, spool was created. There's another percent PC percent no percent PC. This is a T code to print your report in your format. Okay, right, like unconverted text with tabs, rich text format, HTML. I will continue and I will tell it to print it in GL, let's say G GL account balances 2023 XLS. Okay, and I will generate it. So you have quite a lot of options to generate your files and reports in your own formats given by SAP. Okay, so that was about a little bit of GL, but we'll go into much detail. And then we have accounts payable, document entry. But before that, we have master records. To create master records, we have to do configuration. We'll also see that. Then we'll be creating invoice. Invoice is also the same. And for example, I want to T55. No, I'll go for 8842. This will be our company code. And for this company code, let's see. So I want to search for the vendor in the company code 8842. I have 39010. That is my vendor. Invoice date will be 01/11/2023. 01/11/2023. Invoice date, posting that. Now, invoice date is when your vendor sends you the invoice. Posting date is when this is posted in your SAP. Okay. So 3020 and PKR tax amount. You can give a reference over here. 3020 raw material, uh, let's say yarn. Okay. And for that, enter reference field. Okay, it says reference field has to be entered. I'll say the same thing. Raw material. Okay. Net due date is in the past. Okay. And I'll enter the 3020001 debit. Enter. Okay. Okay. Now I can simulate it. I will simulate it. Okay. Now this is basically I've just used a sample account. This is your vendor. Posting keys have been given away. This is credit. And this is debit. So we should be having a raw material account, but we're not using it. Vendor is given a credit. We can also print it, and uh, we can also send it by email to the vendor, and we have an option over here. So to post it. So this is how your document has been posted with the document number. We'll go for more document display, and this is what you have actually posted. And this is a credit that is standing against this vendor, Tricolor Supplies Group. I double click it and it can also show me the transaction details. Okay. So this is how you post entries, create master data, and then we'll also go into clearing of your vendor, how it is cleared, how withholding tax is calculated. We'll also do that. And account is then cleared using various methods. We'll also look into that also. Okay. And then comes after that banks and fixed assets. Then we go with fixed assets, master data with creation, and then we post, and then we run the depreciation, everything. And after depreciation, we also go for year-end closing, scrapping, revaluation, and um, areas like that. Okay. So this is what is all about in accounting. Speaking of logistics, uh, and we have to cover materials management. We'll start with material master, which again is very straightforward. MM01 is your transaction. From this, we actually create a material. Let's say AA4 2RM yarn. This is mechanical engineering. For example, we're just taking a sample material type is raw material, and AA42 select views. Work scheduling. Okay, general plant data. Okay, enter. So this is our yarn 3000 meters. This unit of measure is M. Material group is PK raw. We'll also understand how to create material groups. We create material groups. Uh, Weight unit, it will be kg, and classification. Class type, material class, batch, or a material configurable. So we actually don't require this as such. Okay, yes. Availability check KP, no checks. That means we'll also see this, what this actually means. We also have a profit center. We have to profit center. We can mention profit center over here. And purchasing. Okay, in purchasing source list, what is source list? We'll also see this. GR processing time, how many days it takes for good receipt, and ordering unit will be in not in meters, but in various other units can be consumed over here. And plant data storage, for example, storage bin, if there is an address for storage bin, we can give that over here. Number of GR slips that are involved for this material, and plant ZNN3. This is not our plant, but still, let's go ahead and see. And kg unit, kg negative stocks. Can we have a negative stock for this? We can also check that as well. Unit of issue will be, of course, meters or feet or bales or whatever. We'll also look into the accounting one. Why do we need this? We need this for FI and integration. Standard price will be, for example, 12,000. Per unit price is 10,000 or 12,000. Okay. Price control. How do we configure price control? We'll also see that. Enter. Okay. Accounting 2, LIFO FIFO relevant, costing 1, and material origin used for costing. Okay. And costing 2. Costing to valuation category. This is also important, and we'll see how to evaluate that. And this is how you save your material. Okay. Your material has been saved with your nomenclature. Okay, so this was material master, and then after material master is created, we go and process our master data for source listing. If you remember, I clicked a checkbox for source list. This is where you create source listing, info records. Why do we need this? And then we'll proceed this for RFQ, quotation, outline agreement, purchase requisition, purchase order. And then we'll go for inventory verification, inventory management, logistics invoice verification, physical inventory valuation, service entry sheet. We'll also see and look for that. So wrapping up our today's session, now we'll start with our configuration, just the first node. And this is SPRO is the T code where we access our configuration. Enterprise structure is where you first create and define your company's structure using financial accounting. So I will define a company. Okay. So this is where you create all your companies, and it is very straightforward. New entries, let's say, or uh, T59. Okay, T59A. This is the company. Okay, and that, let's say this is um taming uh, Tiger Group T59A. This is the company name. Okay. And street number 60 3595 53720. Let's keep it Dubai. Dubai country AE. Language English, currency will be USD because this is company, not company code. What is company? We'll discuss this. But first, we will actually create a new configuration request, that is T59A, taming tiger group. Uh, okay, save, and we'll save this. And this is how you create your company. Okay, so I'm wrapping this up from here.